The ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games is brought to you in part by Arcade USA, the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, James Andreasen, the letter H, the number 54, and viewers like you. Thank you.
Well, welcome to another episode of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games, A to Z. This episode is brought to you by the letter H. H for Haunted House. Love Haunted House. This was a game that I got way back when it first came out. I was a big fan of adventure. So when Atari released this game, I had to have it because it kind of reminded me of an adventure game. It's actually a really fun game. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, why didn't you pick Hero? Hero was another great game that I really love. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a box copy of Hero. So I picked Haunted House. Hero was a very close second to this one. So let's take a look at what came in the box. Haunted House. Great box art. I love the bed hanging upside down here. That's pretty awesome. Now you'll notice one of the things about this box is it looks a little faded. This is what happens when you leave them sitting on the shelf at a video game store that faces the window. The UV light just bleaches the color right out of them. It's supposed to be brown like this, but you can see this is what was facing out. So it turned gray. On the back here, it's got pictures of the gameplay. You know, you're exploring the haunted house, looking for that magical scepter. It is a one-player game. So what's in the box here? So of course we have our haunted house cartridge with the same artwork. This one's a little bit modeled. It's got a little bit of modeling going on there. It's glue's coming through the labels. What's happening? And we have our instruction manual. Helpful hints, section 8. And there we go. So of course it covers, the game objective. And of course, like all these neat Atari games, the early ones, they have these little stories. The Tale of the Haunted House. Now sometime back, I did a video on Haunted House for the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast. And I actually read all this out as part of that video. So, instead of me just reading it right now out of this book, let's flash back to my earlier video and we'll hear the story of Haunted House before I continue on with looking at the manual.
The Tale of the Haunted House. Many years ago in the small town of Spirit Bay, there lived a mean old man named Zachary Graves. Old man Graves was not a very well-liked person. He rarely left the old mansion and spent most of his life brooding about the decaying 4-story house. When he died, the house was condemned and locked up. The townspeople claim that old man Graves knew the whereabouts of a magic urn that was a family heirloom of the very first family of Spirit Bay. It seems that this mansion was the family's first home, and that the magic urn, which broke into several pieces during the earthquake of 1890, is still in the old house today. To this day, no one has had the courage to go into the mansion to search for the pieces of this urn. It is common knowledge that the ghost of Old Man Graves still haunts the mansion. Some of the neighbors claim to have seen lights flickering in the windows. Some say they've heard eerie sounds, doors slamming, and heavy footsteps. Some even claim to have seen shadows running through the mansion. The mysterious mansion has 24 rooms connected by long corridors and staircases. Some of the rooms have been locked up for over 50 years. There's supposed to be a master key hidden somewhere in the mansion. Without the key, it might be impossible to travel from room to room. There's also an ancient scepter hidden in the mansion. Old Man Graves always carried this scepter. He believed it scared off evil spirits. Now that you have the story, Atari is unlocking the entrance to the haunted house and letting you test your bravery. Do you dare enter this frightening old mansion? If you do, remember to carry matches, for you see, the haunted house is very dark. Groovy.
You see right here it says, the objective of the game is to find the 3 pieces of the magic urn. Yeah. Shows the different objects. Here's the different pieces of the urn you got to find. You have your scepter, a master key. Talks about the doorways. It's a pretty basic game. Basically it has different levels, and you go up and down these stairs on the side to go to the different levels. And you have like a torch you can ignite. It's the only time you can see all these little pieces. So once you collect all 3 pieces of the urn, you win the game. The higher levels get pretty challenging. Well, there's the tarantula, vampire bat. Yeah, those pesky little bats, just like in Adventure. They're in this one as well. Very pesky bats. Shows the different floors of the haunted house, the floor plan. So you see here's the upstairs, up and downstairs. Here's some doors to explore all these rooms. Okay, we gotta look at the helpful hints. Here we go. Helpful hints. Try to find the scepter first. Hold it while you search for the urn pieces. It might help you write down the location of each of the urn pieces and then go directly to the locations and pick them up. Okay. It is possible to move through the rooms with locked doors without the use of the key. To do this, you must become familiar with the floor plan and use different stairways as a way to get around locked doors. Remember, there are several stairways on each floor. Ooh, awesome. Looks like we got 9 variations here. Game 1. This is the beginning level. That's the Willie level. That's the easiest one. And of course, Game 9 is the ultimate haunted house. Floor plan is different. Different maze of rooms. All 5 creatures are in there. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'll be playing game number 9. I think I'll play game number 1. Pretty cool. Alright, let's check out a little bit of gameplay. Alright, we're going to play game number 1. Light my match. Ooh. Oh, there's a tarantula. Let's see what's in there. Nothing. I like how the eyes move around. It's like, Oh, I pick up. Oh, I picked a piece of the urn. Yay! Oh, got finally upstairs. There it is. Who's the bat? Nothing there. Looky. Nope, nothing there. Nope, nothing there. So let's go upstairs some more. Nope. Go back up. This must be up. There we go. Where has the urn gone? Oh, another piece. All right, I got 2 pieces. Okay, let's go upstairs again. Whoa! Well, that's what happens when the ghost hits you. Nasty little ghost. Oh, yes! I got the urn! So now we go back to the... Oh! I don't like you, ghost. Now we go back to the entrance of the mansion. Oh, shoot. What? Gotta get down to the ground floor. There we go, ground floor. Oh! Man! You found the urn, you found the urn, you found the urn. What a cool game. What a really fun game. I always have loved Haunted House. Now, what's a couple other games that I really like that begins with the letter H? Well, I already mentioned one, Hero by Activision. What I liked about this game was, dropping the dynamite, blow up walls, and you rescue the miners beneath the ground. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's just I enjoyed Haunted Houses a little bit more than I did Hero. But Hero is actually a really good game on the 2600. It would have made this list had I found a box copy, but I wasn't going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for a box copy. Another game that I like to begin with the letter H is Human Cannonball. Very simplistic game, basically just adjusting the angle of your cannon to try to get your little guy to fall into this little elevated platform. I used to play this game for hours upon hours when I had it back then. I still like it today. It's kind of challenging to see how many times you get your little guy into that little tower. And of course, I really love when you do get him in there, he goes, "Yay!" That's pretty cool. What are some of the games that you like that begin with the letter H? I know there's not too many of them out there. Make some comments down below what you like about Haunted House, what you don't like about Haunted House, what you like about some of these other games that begin with the letter H, especially Hero and Human Cannonball. Thanks for watching.